Welcome back to my Creative Chronic Life, and today I am back with a plan with me for the month of March. It's currently a very beautiful sunny day and I'm taking advantage of all the light for sure. I decided I wanted to use this Find Beauty kit from Harrietwrightdesigns. It's gold foiled, which is stunning. So we have a full kit, and then we have kind of like the functional kit. I do have a video on my channel where I shared this entire advent unboxing, so I'm not quite sure if you can get this in the shop as yet, but I do know that at a later date Harriet always likes to pop them in, and I just thought it was perfect. We've almost got nice spring weather, you know, clean kind of aesthetic, spring's coming, the sun's shining, and I just thought this just really resonated with me, like between the seasons. And sometimes toward the end of winter it's really quite difficult, isn't it, to find beauty in things, so this I thought would be perfect. So as you can see, we've got a couple of sheets of journaling kits, and then we have our full page kit, which is, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this, but I might use it in my dailies. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. And then of course we've got all these functional pages with lots and lots of florals, so I'm just kind of going to mix and match as needed. And we are planning in our Hobonichi Techo Cousin A5, and of course this is my beautiful cover, well, it is a beautiful colour also, beautiful cover from the Inspired Stories, and I'm really looking forward to being able to take this on the go and to be able to plan like in coffee shops and cafes and things like that, or even like just going to the park where you can find some benches. That's just kind of a couple of things that are on my bucket list. So I of course already did like an updated video where I showcased February. I'm still yet to fill in February's previous month, but I just thought let's get stuck in. We're already a couple of days into February as we are, into March as we are filming this, so I thought what a perfect opportunity to try and get this out earlier rather than later in the month. Now I have these date dots and weekdays that come with the kind of functional kit, so I think I'm going to use these for this monthly section, just because I think it will give it a little bit more of a, what's the word, a unique, not unique, the word's not unique, it'll give it more of a cohesive look, so I thought I would use that. And then of course I thought I could use this little like bakery shop, but I don't think it's going to fit in here, so I may use that in like the March kind of page. So I'm just going to have a look to see. We have of course a fashion girl, which I think would go brilliant and lovely. If you do hear any background noise, I've got all the windows open, so it just means that some of the doors are clanging in between because I've got a wash on, so please don't mind that. I'm quite sure you're not going to be able to hear it as such. And then we have this wonderful page with like a baked goods, which they got cinnamon rolls, and it just says on the page, how are you going to make the most of a new season? What is something you love about yourself? Make a list of 3 things you are grateful for. What are you looking forward to? Describe your perfect day, and how do you want to feel today? These are some brilliant prompts which I'm really looking forward to using, because of course we're almost in spring. So I thought that would be a great idea to use. And then of course, as usual, we've got all these beautiful florals. So I'm going to put the full page kit to the side for now, because I don't think we'll be using that. And then I don't think we'll be using any off of this page. Possibly this one, not this one. I do love this. I think this is so cute, but I might use this in my health planner just because it's like self-care related, and I'm really trying to concentrate a lot more on self-care, so I think I will keep that to the side too. And then of course we've got another bakery section, like patissiere, which again I think I'm going to use further on along. So I'm going to pop these to the side as well, and then what we are left with is our 2-page kits, which I don't think I'm going to use anything from here because the boxes are small, so I'm just going to pop that away. I do like this, but I think I've got some in here, so we'll see. I'll just move that to the side, and this one as well. So I think mainly we'll be using what's in the functional kit, just because it'll give it a little bit of cohesiveness. Okay, so I think what I would like to do is possibly, I would love to use that, find beauty in the small things. So I'm just going to see if that will mark up. It will, but it will also hang off a little bit. I don't mind that at all, because this is running into the previous month, and I'm not going to be marking anything down. Now I do love these little boxes, but again I don't know how much I'll be using here. Definitely the fashion girl, find this beauty, and then I was thinking, should I possibly use this little strip here, because we've only got like a little section there, because we've got 31 days in the month of March, and then maybe here I can just use some like cute little deco. I think that's going to be the plan and the idea. And then aside from that, I think I would love to be able to use these Monday weekday scripts along here, but I just feel like they're not long enough. So I'm gonna have a look in my washi stash just to see if I've got any light washi, but also I do have my leftover book which I've shared previously, or if I haven't shared it, it should be coming soon, where I then have like these leftover florals. Again, these are from Harrietwrightdesigns, but just I thought maybe as a little bit of contrast, could I use them? Just let me quickly have a look through. I do have a full in-depth video either coming or it's already up. That seemed very similar. I mean, is it this one? Almost in colour wise. Could it be this one? I think it's this one. That's very similar in colour. I mean, this Good Vibes Only is very similar with like the cafe and the things like that, and I would have loved to have used this, but I thought just for kind of, not argument's sake, but just for being able to, does this pink match too? I wonder if it shows on camera. It does, it goes very, very similar, but I thought I would just use that in like a leftovers, how to use your leftovers. Okay, so nothing kind of matches there, so I'm just going to have a quick look in my washi stash. Oh goodness me. And this is a wonderful gift that the advent came in from Josephine Bow Designs, not last year, the year before, and I absolutely love it. Just to be able to kind of store all the washi in, just think it's beautiful. Right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for something pinky. The only thing I really have is this kind of marble print effect here, so maybe that. And then we have this pink with gold, that could be okay. Yeah, and I think that's about it. So let's see if any of these match. If they do, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. I'm sure I could figure out another way. I'm I'm just going to have a look and see if this will work. And I always like to turn around. I hope you can see that a bit better now. And what I usually like to do is, okay, I think that goes really, really well. So first off, some scissors just to get the line straight. Now, I've had this particular washi for a long time. I actually picked it up from Harrietwrightdesigns, and it was one of the washi tape bundles that I picked up ever. Like when I started planning, I had no idea about this whole world of planning. But when I did, the first shop I actually gravitated towards was definitely the Harrietwrightdesigns shop, and I just thought it was absolutely stunning. And a lot of my kits, like older kits, are all from there, and I picked up some. I mean, I didn't know about any other shops. I was kind of like, this was pretty much the only shop that I enjoyed. And then after that shop, it was more Planabo stickers. I loved her shop. She's still got a shop that's open now, but the only difference is that she no longer sells her own sticker kits. She actually like outsources for US shops, which is lovely for her. And she does like scripts and book related things, which I love, but I did used to really enjoy her kits for sure. But it's okay, people need to kind of change and move on and do other things as well. And then after that, I actually found, which shop was it? Little Bloom Papery. And then I loved their sticker kits too, but now they don't do sticker kits like full functional kits. It's more like journal kits, bob icons, which you know I love. And again, I loved them. And then after that, I found a shop, Josephine Bow Designs, and I love her kits because of the kind of holographicness, and they can kind of mix and match with any. And at the moment, Designing Life D we've got as well, and they're pretty much the shops that I gravitate towards. Haven't kind of changed them at all. There has been a few shops in between that have unfortunately closed down and kind of left, which is fine. I think that looks really pretty. It feels very old school right now, which is kind of making my soul a little bit happy. Ever since I actually changed into, I'm just trying to think, would it be better to have them use these, or would it be better to use some other type of scripts that I've got? Because I mean, I really should have thought about this before I started, but I guess I didn't. Like something like this. I think so, because I mean, these are all like January, February scripts, March scripts. Okay. I think I want to use these ones, only because if I've got 4 weeks left of the others, I can use them elsewhere in terms of like when I do my functional planning. So I think I'll use these from Little Bloom Papery, and then I'll be able to, because they see through, what's it called, transparent matte, be able to see the gold through them, and that won't be as bad. Okay, so we're going to lift this up. This is in a transparent matte paper, and it's that beautiful silky type of paper that you know and love from Harrietwrightdesigns. Now, should I place it there? And we've only got a tiny little bit of hang, and then we can do our March with we could use these little floral elements underneath. maybe not this one because it's too big. Maybe this little flower bud. I hope that's focusing okay. I'm not quite sure why I have so much bother with focusing. I even make sure that it's stuck in the exact place, and it still seems to kind of like dip in and dip out. It's very frustrating. Like now if I zoom in a little bit, could you see it better? Hopefully you'll be able to see that a bit better. I did the March and this little section here, and then we will go ahead and add our weekday scripts. And again, I'm sorry, but I love to turn the book around just because then it gives me a little bit more stability, so I'm not having to stretch my arms out. So yeah, what was I saying? So now that I actually prefer, I of course prefer to print out my own stickers a lot of the time in terms of like functional stickers. I like to buy from shops. So when it concerns like clip art or scenes or things like that, like I love to have them printed at home. There are a few shops that do digital printing, which I love, and I really enjoy printing at home just because it's convenient and it's easy. And also now I've actually joined a few patrons, one of them being Stick with Kate, which is a shop in Amsterdam, and I absolutely love her shop. So she's actually started as Patreon, and every month you get freebies sent to your door if you have like joined a certain tier, and then you get freebies that you can download digitally. And I just feel like every month I pay for that service, but I get all these goodies come through, and that's enough for me. So I've been really trying to hone in with what I already have. Like my main treat throughout the year is of course the Christmas kind of adverts that they do. They're not usually Christmas related, but just like because there's such a good bag and you get so many kits and so many things that you're able to get that you wouldn't normally be able to buy with that price, it just makes it so much more easier to be able to purchase them in bulk and then be able to have all these sticker kits that keep me going throughout the year. So just today when I was trying to look and think, oh well, what can I use today, I found this one from Harrietwrightdesigns, and I thought, yeah, perfect. Otherwise I would have had to then possibly go online and then have a look and purchase something else, and it's a lot of waiting around. Whereas here I've got a bulk. I always get from Harrietwrightdesigns. Oh sorry dear, that's my cat. Harrietwrightdesigns I always get from Josephine Bow Designs, and then Little Bloom Papery, but Little Bloom Papery didn't actually sell any last year, so I missed out. But I do have some kits from the previous year that I'd love to use this year. I had a kind of mindset where I was always thinking, well, you know, I'm just going to hoard and use them on special occasions. But then I realized, I was like, hang on a minute, everything is a special occasion. Why shouldn't I use something? And that's kind of what my mindset is now, because I have kits from Josephine Bow Designs from the previous year that I haven't yet used, and I do need to use them up. So this year is all about using what I've got at home, and of course trying to be minimal. And if I can and where I can, I would love to be able to, hang on, let's just concentrate on this, purchase digitally and support that way. Now I'm sure I had an X-Acto knife, but it doesn't seem like I have one. So my trick usually is to bend it where the line is and then just cut some scissors. And you have to be really careful with this Hobonichi paper, but when it concerns Harrietwrightdesigns, I've never actually had a problem with peeling them back up. And I'm not sure if this is actually like removable mat or something, because if it is, that's fine too. and I'm just going to leave that at that. Okay, so yeah, what was I saying? Yes, I would prefer to kind of use what I've got this year, and that's my motto in general. Right, after that we have the Fashion Girl, which we're going to use. And I was thinking, should I pop them right here? And I've talked about this trick before. If you're not sure if something's going to fit well or how much space you have, try your hardest to just put it upside down. Now I think I need something a little bit extra, either some floral elements or something like that. So I am going to use this sheet here. I'm going to try and stick some floral elements behind her. Or could I think, just one moment, I've got to come back. My cat's, I think he wants to get into the kitchen. Okay, so we'll let him in, and then I'm taking this here, and I think I'm going to just add it as far back into the corner as I can, and then we are going to gently press that in, so you'll be able to see, yeah, the little floral scene behind it. Should I move it up a little bit? No, let's go right there. Now I don't actually stick the sticker down because, like, I want to be able to add an element behind her. So I'm just going to get a couple of stickers and we will gently, I mean, luckily, like I said, with perfect, and only then we'll actually press down. So as you can see already, we've used the washi tape from Harrietwrightdesigns, we've got the weekday script and the monthly script from Little Bloom Papery, and then this kit is called Fine Beauty. It's already matched in together beautifully. Now, I have a problem, and one of my problems is that I really don't like the way this looks, you know, the in-between bits. So I'm going to go back to my planner, trusty kind of extras planner, and I'm going to try and see if I can match up anything that would just cover these sections, because the alternatives, I mean, I've got these beautiful lilac silver things, but I need something that's either pink or like neutral in colour, just because then it'll make it seem and feel a little bit cohesive. You'll have to really mind all the noise. When the sun comes out, we have all the cars racing and everybody's excited about enjoying their day, which is fine. But it just sometimes means for filming, it's a little bit harder to film. So here, we've got these little pink strips, but I think, to the best of my knowledge, they feel like they're going to be too thin. Yeah. Okay, so I think I have something thicker, and I'm just going to try and go through what I have. This one's from Designing Life D. I'm looking forward to using that again this year because I had loads of leftovers. I mean, if I don't find anything, I think what I might do is just cut up a little bit of that washi and just add that to the weekend, because then that way we still kind of connected. I mean, we've got some see-through versions, but again, I think they're going to be quite thin, sorry. And I usually would keep extras here, but I don't seem to have any. They're too thin again. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oopsie daisy. That's the problem with having, right, so I've got this here which I can try and cut around, or if I'm going to it would fit perfectly with the gold. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go off of camera, and I will see the length of this. And see if I can cut that out. Let's see. I'll be back in a minute. So, as you can see, I've cut them down. And all I've done is cut a tiny little strip, and then either side I just, luckily I have like an outline that I can use as a way to make sure that they're pretty straight. And sometimes when you can't use washi tape, or you don't have things to use in terms of like specific areas, washi tape is a great way to be able to cut it down. I wish I had like more plain colours, pastel colours, things like that, but at the same time, like I said, this year is all about trying to use what we have at home. I mean, how easy would it be if I just went online, ordered something? It would probably arrive by tomorrow, but we're not going to do that. Okie dokie. And I'm not concentrating too much if it fits, or just trying to cover the area up. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just gently go over and cover in all of the date dots. So rather than just show that on camera, painstakingly me trying to put each number on, I will come back to you in just a moment, and then we will finish off this layout. So if the 3rd and the 1st was a Saturday. Okay, I will tell you though, sometimes what I like to do is, like, let's say the intended use is to have it on that side. Sometimes I like to alternate them, but because I don't have any, it would look lovely if I used the strip going across, but I think it might just be a little bit too much for me today. So I am actually going to follow the intended way of use in this planner. I'm hoping by doing this month especially, that I'm actually able to use this more. Last month, I mean, even January was a little bit of a fill. I mean, that covers perfectly. January and February a little bit of a fill, but that's life, isn't it? Like I mentioned in the kind of February catch up with me, that I'm going to put a line under it. I'm gonna enjoy what I can throughout the year, and if it turns out that maybe the Hobonichi Techo isn't for me, and maybe I like memory planning a little bit too much, or maybe just one planner's enough, but I just feel like if I had used it in its intended use, which this is, like an everyday kind of planner where I can mark down things that are not related to my health. And my health, I've got a lot of stuff going on, so I needed to have a health planner that's separate. Now the health planner, when I use it for its intended use, is wonderful, but it's a lot of having to design and make things in a certain way, which then puts me off. But I decided what I'm going to do is try to obviously I film for you guys, which is fine, but aside from that, whatever I can't get to film within the first week of, let's say, March, I'm going to do off camera so that I can get stuck in, so I'm not like so far behind because I'm waiting for days to film. I wish ideally I could be like a month ahead, but that hasn't happened so far. Maybe that will happen next month, who knows, we'll see. I do have an idea of what I would like to use next month. I do have a little secret project going on which I think everybody will really enjoy, so maybe by that point that should be up and ready to go. So I'll kind of be a little bit ahead rather than behind, so let's see, we'll figure it out as it comes. But what I'm going to do is I'll continue on adding the rest of the date dots, and I will be back shortly. Okay, so I am back. Hopefully that should zoom in. I mean, I could add one there. We'll just add, there we go. And then here where I wanted to be able to, I think we will go with the baked goods again. And then we have, yes, I think so. Okay. Right. I think that is us done. That is our monthly section done. Doesn't that look so cute? And I love how simple it is and how easy it was to put together. A little bit of washi, just using a couple of pieces of like Fashion Girl, some deco, and it's all ready to go. I love that. And as you can see, from February, then we've got January, and then December. It's very different, and I love the uniqueness of it because unless you have like the exact same kit as me, same washi tape as me, then it will be exactly the same, or you could do, but if not, you could use this as your interpretation of making your own version, something similar. This is my first time using a Hobonichi this year, and I know that calendars are pretty much the same, but for me the spacing has been quite difficult to get used to. So trying to figure out how I want things has been hard, which is why in February I used some kits which I knew that would fit, just to make it a little bit easier. So today I got tested a little bit, but I think it's turned out absolutely wonderful. Now of course the next video you will see will be the daily setup section, and I'll just run through that with what that kind of looks like. So a lot of it is just using what I have, and then I kind of go over. So I think I'll put that in a separate video because I have a different idea, but for now that's all we've got time for today. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel to receive notifications of upcoming videos. And I know of course I had a few videos in February, not as many as I liked. I tried to do 2 to 3 because I have various different hobbies, so a couple of planner related, some colour related, and then reading related ones. I'm still trying to get ahead with my reading journal. I did do a couple of polls on Instagram with what I should do with my reading journal and what kit should I use for my Hobonichi finance planner. So I got some good polls and good ideas from there. So if you are able to follow me go ahead on Instagram, you can go ahead and follow me at Mycreativechroniclife, and of course you've got Facebook, the Threads app, and TikTok. And if you are a book lover like me, you can go ahead and follow me on MCCL Book Talk and also Fable too. Well, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.